Eighth Crusader, the Dark Knight, the Lake County Vigilante. Give it up for James.
What's up? Look at the mic. All right. How's it going? We got some newcomers. Come on in. Come on in. Party's just getting started. Perfect timing. So, I'm going to make sure this clicker works. There we go. I dare you to keep the leadership promises you make to yourself. Let me repeat that. The promises you make to yourself that you keep, those are the ones that matter. So, I'm going to have you repeat after me, all right? So ready? We're going to make promises to ourselves right now. I promise to put one idea into action. All right. I promise to challenge one more person to choose to be a leader. Love that part. All right, thank you, thank you. Extra credit, participation points. All right, so what is leadership? You're gonna hear a lot about leadership. It's the leadership summit, bro. It's gonna be crazy. So there is a lot of definitions for leadership. There's a lot of examples for leadership, but ultimately leadership is a choice. You actively choose, I'm gonna be a leader. Or you actively choose, I'm not gonna be a leader. So all of you are in this room because you've at least made the choice up to this point to be a leader. Now, what people love to do is hide behind a piece of paper called their resume, or their list of accomplishments, or their degree, or their diploma, or certification. So, does everybody know what a resume is? At least the concept. Your resume represents you if you're looking for a career or a job or you want to be on board of directors. So the one thing that I want you to remember about this is you are always more powerful than any piece of paper that represents you. And to prove this, I'm going to face off with not one, but two pieces of paper to the death. I'm gonna add a business card in there. See what happens. See how weak I am. Got this business card because I'm a leader. Got my resume because I'm a leader. And I have my list of achievements because I'm a leader. So, right. Count me down from 3. So just give me a 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, man, you mean that human beings are more powerful than pieces of paper. So anytime you want to hide behind a piece of paper, realize that that is nothing more than an excuse. Do you have to be older to be a leader? Yes or no? No. Here's the cool thing too. You're young whippersnappers, right? All those old people like, you young kids, you're not leaders, you don't understand. It was different in our day, right? The best thing about being a leader right now where you sit, where you live, no one expects you to. So when you lead, you actually stand out even more. So surprise people with how awesome you are. Shout out to Logan, the leader back there. He's doing his senior project with me at Mentor High School. The feedback that I gave this school, they said, well, what's your feedback? It renewed my faith that all of you are going to be 1,000,000 times better than I ever will be. So, if you're making leadership choices, the pressure's on, right? So how do you make sure that you're making choices that make you a leader? You need to break your leg, okay? Anybody heard that phrase before, break a leg? All right, so hopefully you can remember it. So break a leg. I'm making a major decision. I want to be the leader. How do I do it? You need to first break the L. The L is your logic. We are top of the food chain because we can turn anything into a good idea. Have you ever had a bad idea? You're like, I know it's bad, but wait. Give me 5 minutes with my superhuman brain. I will justify and rationalize this bad idea because you know what? I'm a good person. I deserve this bad idea, right? I'm a leader. I deserve to have a bad idea every now and then. So get out of your own head when you're making leadership decisions. The second thing is you need to break the E. The E is your emotion. We are emotional beings. And I'm going to give you 2 samples on both ends of the spectrum. Why do people on graduation day, prom night, last day of school, dude, you're almost done. Why are you getting into trouble? Why? Are you happy on the last day of school? You looking forward to summertime? Yes? Usually? So why are people getting in trouble? It's because they're acting on their emotions, because when you are overjoyed and super excited, you feel invincible. You're like, the rules don't apply to me, I feel invincible. The laws of the universe do not apply because I am overcome with joy. However, I will tell you, the rules still apply. So be careful, even when you're in the best mood of your life, to be a leader, you cannot act just on emotion. On the other end of the spectrum, have you ever been angry and said something, texted something, whatever, and you're like, Susie, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I didn't mean that. Susie, I'm so sorry. So sorry, Susie. The reality is it what you mean that matters, or is it what you do? You do, right? So, if you remember anything, never, ever, these are one of the few occasions in life where the never applies. Never make a decision when you're angry. Abraham Lincoln, anybody heard of him? Kind of a smart dude. So you can either get the really tall hat, or you could just do what he did, and if he was mad at someone, he would write a letter. Would he send it, or would he throw it away? Throw it away. Bonus extra credit if you said that. If you want to be remembered as a leader, you have to, again, get the anger out. Be excited, be happy, but you can't let it control the decisions you make. So, all right, we break our logic, we break our emotion, and we break through to our gut. Anybody ever said, I felt like I had a gut instinct? Anybody? Raise your hand. You ever I knew it, right? You ever said that? I knew it. I knew that was a good idea. I knew that was a bad idea. So all this cliche, cheesy stuff where teachers, coaches, leaders in the community are like, you are the difference. You are the key to your success. The reality is, the you is your gut. It's your instinct. You know what's right. When you're placed with a tough decision, and there are so many scenarios, and especially even as adults, it is a constant battle. Leadership decisions, you don't graduate. Till the day you die, you are constantly faced with making decisions that are going to affect you and the people around you the rest of your life. So stop thinking, don't overthink it, don't overfeel it, and listen to yourself. If you're even a slightly good human being, which you are, you will always make the right choice if you just listen to yourself. All right, moving on. So if you're all right, cool. Here's all this short-term advice in the decision, in the moment. Don't be too logical. Don't be too emotional. If you started kindergarten and didn't have the end in sight of one day I'll be out of this place, right? It would be pretty, you wouldn't, is it impossible to be motivated if there's no end in sight? Yes. If you began this year and they're hey, you're never going to pass this grade, sorry, forever. Would you be as motivated, and would there be a sense of urgency to do the right things if you're stuck in one place the rest of your life? So the key to always being able to tie your short-term decisions to doing the right thing is leaders make promises to themselves forever. So there's 3 things to focus on. So we have, first thing is life. What have you been through? All of you, I don't care where you're from, what your story is, you've all been through some crazy stuff. A lot of times we're more embarrassed than anything of it. We don't talk about it, we hide it away. But I'm here to tell you, Whatever you've been through, think about that one moment. You're like, I can't go on, and you did. Those are the things that you need to remember, because guess what? Life doesn't stop throwing crazy things at you. So whatever comes your way next, you can always get past it because of what you've been through. Second thing is love. This is a big thing that I missed early on in my career. I'm hitting my goals, I'm being a leader. However, what's the point of arriving at your final vision? So if you're painting a picture of your leader, this is my ultimate leadership vision. I'm sure that you have friends, family, and some of your peers, like there's other people around you celebrating. If you do not remember who it's all for, then you will be a leader and you will be alone. And if you are alone, do you have anyone to lead? Last thing, legacy. Legacy is the culmination of your leadership choices. So all these little teeny tiny choices that you make every single day define who you are forever. So the best way to do this is the last thing I'm going to leave you on. You have to put yourself in the perspective and the mindset of your future self. So it's not, if you're making a decision right now, you have to tie it to something greater and bigger. Does that make sense? So over the last decade, I've spent thousands of dollars on certifications, research, read over 100 books on leadership. And this is the epic breakthrough that I had. One second. I am now my future self. So I, every morning, put on my future self wig, and I ask myself, what do you regret? What leadership choices do you wish you made? So whether it is your future self wig, or however you want to do it, a lot of hair gel today, hopefully. My challenge, and again, my dare to you, is to keep your promises. There is one line that defines my entire existence. It's a poem called Success by Ralph Waldo Emerson. And the line in the closing lines reads, "To know one life has breathed easier because you lived. This is to have succeeded." So I dare you to keep the promises to yourself. And I dare you to make one life easier because you lived, but more importantly, because you led. Thank you.